folks, to The Long Dark, a Noob's Journey. I am your noob and your host for this adventure. If you've watched my last video, you know that I had made a decision that I really wanted to go to Hush River Valley and see if I could find a signal fire, because I heard you can find a moose skin pouch there. But before that, I wanted to work on my clothing, mainly my wolfskin coat and my rabbit skin hat. Well, while I was not recording, I went ahead and went down and I actually did that because it's a lot of crafting, and sometimes people find that boring. Just sit there, craft over and over and over and over again. And if you look, I do have my rabbit skin hat, and I do have my wolf coat, so it's much better than what I was wearing, and so is this, and it brings my warmth bonus up to 45 degrees. Windproofing is 18, from protection is 37, and my sprinting is at 59, so it is a little bit heavier than what I was wearing. I did, however, watch a playthrough of somebody that had 2 wolfskin coats. And I thought, wow, that would be pretty cool to have 2 of them. It would add another 2 pounds, but as you can see, 7.2, 7.2 versus 5.1 and 5.1, it would give me more protection. So I am going to eventually do that. I have already started my collection again of wolf pelts. And when I went down to the farmhouse to do the crafting, there were 3 wolves down there. And I went on Twitch and I hit record, and for some reason it never started recording. I don't know why. So it didn't record me actually running some deer to the 3 wolves, and 2 of the wolves attacked deer and brought them down, and I was able to sneak up on one and shoot it. It ran the other 3 off, but one of them did come back to their kill, which was very nearby while I was getting the wolf pelt and the deer hide, and I was able to get it also. And after I was crafting for a little bit, I heard a wolf nearby, and I was kind of hiding, and I heard it get a rabbit. So I walked out, and sure enough, it was right outside the barn, and I was able to get it too. So now I have 3 wolf pelts that are curing, and I have 1 left over that's already cured. So I also have 2 deer hides that are cured, and another 3 of them in my backpack. And I have these 2 that the wolves brought down. I also have another deer hide back at the farmhouse that is curing there. When I came back here to drop this stuff off, I was a little bit on the heavy side, so I left the 1 there. Now the bear that we got is at 44%, so I do need another black bear. I want to make the sleeping roll out of it. Nope, can't leave that laying around. And basically that is where we are now. So I added more guts that are curing. I have enough for my deerskin pants. And as you can see, I have everything I need right there. You need 3 deer hide and 4 cured guts. So one thing I do want to make sure I have are sewing kits, and I do. It puts me a little bit heavy, but I am going straight back to the barn, and I guess we're going to eat that meat. Make sure it is cooked, because I almost ate some that was not cooked in the when I wasn't recording. I do have a lot of meat there. I cooked up a bunch of it, so I will be bringing a lot of that back. And we are going to head to the barn now and see about making our deerskin pants. I do have enough supplies for another set deerskin pants. And I thought about going ahead and making those also. but it's still really bugging me about the Hushed River Valley. I want to go see if I can find that moose hide pouch. That way, while I am going around these maps and exploring, I can carry an extra 11 pounds with me. So that can make a big difference. And did I? Yes, I did. So I know why I'm so heavy now. Let's go back in here. I did bring the rope back from the farmhouse. I do still want to explore down where the little valley is past the farmhouse. But when I initially looked over there, there were 2 ropes leading down. So I don't need this rope. And I may need it later on for some purpose, so I want to make sure that I have it. And another thing I don't need with me, I just saw, was... I don't need that. So I'm going to transfer that. I have torches, so I'm going to transfer a couple of those. Anything to reduce my weight a little bit. And I also have, one of the things I don't have, you will notice, and you notice it wasn't over in the cabinet, I'm out of whetstones. I also do not have cleaning kit. So I need to get a hold of cleaning kits and whetstones. So pick up that hunting knife. Let's see if it will let us put it. Yes, let us put it right there where the other ones are. So got a pretty good collection going on here. And as I said, I'm collecting things as I find them. And I'm going to put them here because I believe eventually I'm going to run out of whetstones and cleaning kits. I won't be able to find them anywhere, so the longer I survive, the less I will have, and eventually I won't find any. So as my weapons and knives and stuff degrade to where I can't sharpen them up, I will have a collection of them. That will keep me going for a little bit. One of the things I do want to do also is do some practicing on forging and finding stuff to make the improvised knife, the improvised hatchet, and work on my bow skills, because eventually I would like to try to do this in interloper mode. Interloper mode, you can't find knives and hatchets or weapons unless you do a custom, which I may try that. But the only weapon you would have is your bow. So I want to get some practice on a bow. I did hear a playthrough where somebody went on the Hushed River Valley, and they said in one of the ice caves you can find a bow. I believe I have found a bow, and I believe I left it at Mystery Lake. So I'm going to start carrying that, and I am going to need to make some arrows and start collecting my feathers and make some arrowheads. All of that will help me in the future when I do go to interloper mode. And as I said, I am not at that level yet. I'm still learning about the crafting and what's the most important and what can wait. And I'm still learning the maps as I go. So we should be pretty good coming back here. As I said, there were 3 wolves over here, and I was able to take them out, which also improved, and we'll take a look real quick. When we look at our stats, so my carcass harvesting is up to 3, cooking 3, fire starting 2, which I need to work on that. Rifle firearms is 3. Archery, haven't worked on that. Mending, revolver firearms, and everything is 2 and below. feel I'm doing pretty good at this game. As I've said in other videos, I'm not one of these gamers that play first-person shooter games very often, so it's hard for me to aim and squeeze off the trigger on a target. Most of those games are just a little too quick for me. And over there, that's where one of the deer is. I don't think I harvest all the meat off of that. But I did get the wolf that brought it down. And the other one is up that way. So you can see it right up there. Is a deer and a wolf, which I did harvest most everything out of it. And the one that I said was around here when I was crafting is right there. He brought down a rabbit, and he only took a couple of bites out of it before I took him down. So I was able to get the rabbit. I know I've searched this, but I'm going to look again just to be sure. Okay, so with pleasant weather, I'm going to drink up. First I need to get my food stores up. So, whoa. Okay. So I meant to run, and that didn't work out very good. As you can see, we have a lot of venison, and we have some wolf steaks. And I left some on the bone over there in some of these places. Because I was crafting, I crafted for 25 hours straight on the workbench. I had plenty of coffee with me, and the weather was good. And then I slept, and then I came out to get some more of the meat and the rest of the hides that I'd missed, and I found the meat had degraded a lot. So I don't believe the meat will do me any good. So I know it's kind of wasteful, and this is a game where you should not waste anything. As I said, I don't believe they're going to do me any good. Let's get some water. And I'm going to crouch down in case wolves do show up, because, as I said, I haven't had much luck with killing wolves in an area and then waiting a few days before they respawn. It seems like they respawn the next day or the day after. So we have enough to either do our boots or our pants. And right now my pants are not in the best of shape, so that's what I'm going to spend my time crafting. One of the things I did do is I did a little bit of research on, if you notice, if you remember in a couple episodes ago, I did shoot a black bear. And luckily he could not get up on the rock where I was at. And I ended up shooting him 3 or 4 times. One of the shots I wasn't sure if, even watching the replay, I wasn't sure if I actually hit it. But then I got stuck in an area where I had to go all the way around the map to come back up and get it. I did find the bear. I took the hide off of it and the guts and some of the meat. I just quartered it. And when I got back to the little trailer up on top of the hill, I went to sleep. Next morning I woke up, I had the skin and I had the guts. Went outside and the meat was gone. I went back to where the bear was and all the meat that I had quartered was gone. And after doing a little bit of research on the internet, I found out that once you kill something, it usually lasts 2 or 3 days. And if you don't harvest it, it can disappear on you, and that's what happened to the all the bear meat. And again, I am a noob at this game, so it's a life lesson learned. I know for next time. Do one more and then get me a drink. And let's take a look at... I am getting a little bit tired, so I believe now I will start in on the coffee. Drinking that. And fill up on water. I do have water in the house. And then we'll go back and work on these pants some more. I still have 6 hours. And I have crafted before, it was indoors. And one of the things that I noticed when I was crafting my bearskin coat was that even though it was getting dark, I could still craft. So I also looked that up, and you can craft at night because you're crafting by moonlight if you're outside. Again, something I did not know, and I will make full use of that since the weather is fairly decent, and since I have coffee. 2.5 hours. It may go ahead and do all 2.5 hours. Nope. At some point it will just keep on. It might be at 2 hours because you can see my water dropping a lot. Yep. So now I have a pistol out here. Now I have my new deerskin pants, which are much better than what I'm wearing. So I am going to wear those. See, these are the outside. Yeah, that's the outside, so I'm going to wear these. Come over here and wear these under them because those are better. There we go. Had to find the right button. Those are better than the ones that I have there. Alright, so we're doing pretty good. I thought about going ahead and making the deer boots, but these boots are actually better. So I think I'm going to hang on to these. Right now we went from 45-degree warmth bonus to 47. Our windproof went up, our protection went up. Our sprint did go down a little bit, I believe. But that is okay. I don't hear anything out here. So I think I am okay. Head inside. Hey, I hit the right button that time. I did not shoot the gun. Let's go ahead and take that, and we will take a equipped gamey wolf. And you might hear in the background, have a train going. As I said before, I do live near railroad tracks, and it gets kind of loud. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop these because I think I am pretty good. Yeah, so I want the best protection on the outside. Alright, so let's eat some of our meat. And we will go with that one. And we will go with some of the wolf. The rest of it I will eat when I get up in the morning. So let's drink, because I'm really excited about going to the Hush River Valley. That away. And go ahead and sleep for about, let's go with 7 hours. Alright, we're not fully rested. And so that's one of the wolves that I killed, and that's another one that I had killed previously. Let's go ahead and drink up. And then we're going to start packing some of this back to the main house. Let's eat that up. That should fill me up. And go ahead and click that. And that. Oh, I do have another rabbit. That. And that. I have plenty of tennis shoes and stuff at the other place. And I will be using that for to work on my boots and stuff. I just want to make sure I didn't leave anything else here. Make sure we take our charcoal. As I said, part of this playthrough is I want to map all of the locations. Take that, and what does that leave us at? Don't have our books. I'm going to take a few books with me. And leave a few here in case I need to come back. I have them to start fires. And I got a whole shelf of books up here, so I'm not worried about running out of them here. Look behind that, yes. Alright, puts our weight at 76. And I think we're ready to get out of here. Again, got to be very cautious because I don't trust what I heard somebody say about the wolves not spawning for, I think it was for 5 days. And I don't know if it's because of the mode that I'm in, that they're spawning earlier, or if it's just new wolves keep moving into the area. And I don't want to take the chance. I have my new rabbit skin hat, a wolf skin jacket, a deer skin pants, and I don't want to lose them. Okay, so right up here is where, before we started crafting, we had the deer and the wolf, and they are gone now. And right over here was the other one. It is no longer there. The wolf that I killed over there, I did take everything off of it. And if this is the first time that you have watched one of my videos or joined my live stream on Twitch, I watched this game for a long time, and watched some of the people that I consider fairly good at it and were rather enjoyable to watch and listen to, like Accurize2 and Gray Still Plays, My Usual Me. So some of these guys I really enjoy watching, so if you get a chance, check out some of their videos. They are running in Interloper mode, which is the harder mode than I'm in. and I have learned a lot from them. But one of the things that I learned when I actually did get the game, and I'm playing it on Xbox One, not on a computer. But one of the things that I did learn when I got it was that watching them play through and actually playing through myself are totally different things. So it was much harder than I thought it would be. And I did do a playthrough of about 30 days in the easier mode than this. It's Pilgrim, where everything ran away from me and I found a lot of loot. But I did that just to get used to the buttons. And so I could learn how to actually do crafting and take care of myself before I actually started this. So that's the whole purpose of this playthrough, and me recording it is... Oh, and I left all the meat back there. I knew I was going to do something like that. But the reason for this is to show you some of the noob mistakes that I make. So if you're new to the game, you won't make some of those mistakes. And one of the mistakes I just made was I left all of the meat back there. So let's go ahead, and we still have a good bit of daylight. I know there's a green book down here. I have read that, Frontier Shooting Guide. So I'm using all of these books as fire starting. And let's see if there's anything else I can drop to light myself. Oh yeah, I've got the jerry can. So let's drop that. Let's drop these. I'm going to drop that one and that one. And 14 of those, I want to keep those because I'm going to use them. And we need to drop our pelts. And drop that one. And the other one was rabbit, and I was putting the uncured rabbit over here. And then I'm going to have to go through and separate these out because some of them are more cured than others. Okay, that takes us down to 62. But I do want to... lighten my load a little bit more. So let's see what I can do without. Actually, we can put that in there. Transfer all of that. Transfer that. And even that. And that. Okay, it puts us down in the 50, so I can go back and get sticks over here. And I need to collect sticks on the way back too. So I'm looking at daylight and we have half a day, so I'm going to go back for the meat. Bring it over here. That way I don't have to keep running back and forth. And then tomorrow, game day tomorrow, my plan is to head out to the Hushed River Valley. I have a general idea of how to get to the signal fire. I also have a map that I printed out that gives general locations. It's not a very good map. it would be good if I could print it out much bigger. Don't have anybody sneaking around here. But between the two, what I've seen somebody else play through, I've seen a couple of different playthroughs, and they went different routes to get to the signal fire. And my understanding is there's 2 possible locations for the fire. I think I know how to get to one. I hear a wolf back there. And since these carcasses despawn down here, I may run into wolves again. So we will just have to see. I have seen in the 2 maps that I've been on, in this playthrough, I have seen what I thought was rubbings from the moose, but I have yet to see a moose. Okay, quick scan, I see nothing. So this is going to be a quick in and out, straight up here, grab meat and head back. I could hunt more deer, but then I do have a lot of meat, and I know that if you leave it uncooked till it gets down to about 50, then you can cook it to bring it back up to 100% or close to 100%, and that helps you save your meat. And right now I am not at a point where I need to do that, and I'm also trying to get my cooking bonus up, so I'm cooking everything up as I get it. Back that way leads down to that valley that I want to check out. Yeah. Guess I'll check that one.
Gear.
Oh, you will. And we're at 84 pounds. So let's try to make it back before the wolves respawn. High ground here. Look around. Don't see anything. And we will have to go through our inventory. Maybe repair some of our clothing. That will be today's tasks. Should have got that reclaimed wood back there at the... Thought of that. The repair clothing, make sure that we have what we want to take with us, because after I get a good night's sleep, I want to head to Hush River Valley. And I believe it will be a good test. I've only watched a couple of playthroughs on that map. Be a good test to see how well I can survive in an area that I don't know. This area I haven't been on myself, and I think we did pretty good here. Though I did watch a lot of playthroughs of people that go into this area. So I basically knew where most of the stuff was. And there has been some surprises. And I kind of wish that I hadn't watched as many playthroughs as I have. And I watch them because I enjoy watching, people play video games. And it was a video game I didn't think I would ever get because I didn't know if they'd ever bring it out on Xbox. I have an old laptop and it would not play a game like this. So therefore I enjoyed watching other people play. But I think it would be kind of cool to just go into a map that I have never watched a playthrough in and to see what I could do. So I heard a wolf to my right. Seemed pretty far away. Now, Bleak Inlet. That is a map that I have not been on, and I have not watched any playthroughs other than one person going to the map, show you, and I basically watched it to figure out where it was. Alright, so cooked on the left, raw on the right. So eventually I want to get to that map and see how well I do on a map I know nothing about. And it kind of makes me nervous because I've heard people talking about how, let's see, I've got to drop wolf pelts. No, I just went back for meat. Okay. I've heard people talk about how hard it is because of the timber wolves. So I have not run across timber wolves yet. So that should be interesting. Okay, food. I will need to take food with me. So I'm going to take... I don't know if there are cattails down that way. So I'm going to transfer about half of these. And a little more than half. 1.6 pounds. I am going to take meat with me, but I also want to travel with some lighter stuff. And take that. Just to fall back on. I don't really plan on being on that map very long. Oh, take an MRE. It's the only MRE I have? Thought I had more than that. I'll transfer 1.9 gallons. Because I'm going to drink some tonight. And my plan is, once I get rested up, to take off out of here first thing in the morning. So let's see, I am going to need some accelerant. So let's start at the top. Accelerant, I have matches and the fire striker. And my magnifying glass. I still have not made a fire with a magnifying glass. I need to do that. I have 6 old man beards. I have 7 bandages. Emergency stem. And I might want to take that. Energy drink. And an extra one of these. Might as well take that one too. So I have 2 of each. Food is good. I am going to transfer coals.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
20 should do me good. Which makes me maybe a little too heavy because I do want to collect sticks and stuff while I'm up there. Oh, and I do have the meat here that I'm going to eat today. But 80 pounds is still going to put me too heavy. So let's transfer that back. And I know at one point I will have to climb a rope. And I can leave some things at the bottom of the rope that I really don't need. I can really cut down my weight that way in equipment. Alright, so I think that will be good. I need to transfer over some cloth, which I will get 8, and then I will put some of it back. Transfer all of those. And I have a sewing kit on me. So let's get a drink. And might as well, there's a little piece, get rid of that. And that was a full piece, and that's a full piece, so. Let's go over here and take a look at our clothing. That definitely needs to be repaired. Oh, I must have taken all my sewing kits up. So let's get a sewing kit. I have a couple of 100%ers, and I have one that is not 100%, so I'll go ahead and use it up. And I'll use that 10% one up too. And actions, repair. Let's use that 10% one up. So we're at 100% there. As long as I'm in the 90s, I'm happy. Definitely want to repair that. The sewing kit will make it to the end. Yes. It's one sewing kit down. So I've only found one pair of climbing socks. And I know you can wait till they get down in the 80s before you fix them. That way you're not wasting sewing kit. And the area that I'm going into, I want to make sure that my clothing is the best it can possibly be. There's not a lot of sheltering in that place from what I've heard. So we'll just repair everything up. Gauntlets are very important for my hands. Let's see if I can repair that. I don't know with a 5%. Yes, it let me. Okay, 100% on those. And repair my gauntlets. I knew I was going to get a fail at some point. Go ahead and that's kind of wasteful, but I want to get those repaired also. 100% on everything because it's almost dark. And that takes my warmth bonus up to 50%. I like that. Alright. I think we are cooking with grease now. And we will go back in here and see if there's anything that we can leave behind. I am going to leave some matches behind, because I do have 2 other things I can use to start fires. Yeah, I'll leave those behind. And leave these behind. Yeah, transfer those. I have 4 for pain, and then 2 rose hips. See if I have a bottle. Ooh, that's all the pain medicine I have. Let's go ahead and transfer these over. My clothing is good. My food is good. I will drop those. Hatchet is good. Oh, wait a minute. No, we got a problem. I don't have my storm lantern. Crap, what did I do with my storm lantern? I do not know. So let's go ahead and light the torch. And see if I left my storm lantern somewhere. Nope. Alright, that's not very good. Didn't drop it there. Well, I need my storm lantern. I do know I left one over in the gas station. I must have set it down for some reason or accidentally dropped it. And another noob mistake. I'm not checking my equipment like I should be. So before we go up there, we are going to have to run over to the gas station and either get the other storm lantern, or see if I left mine over there. So let's go ahead and eat. And drink a little bit. And yeah, everything's where I want it. So let's go ahead and sleep for 10 hours. I won't get 10 hours, but we'll sleep as much as we can, because I want to get over, fully rested. So I want to get over to the gas station and see if I left my storm lantern over there, or pick up the other storm lantern. Oh, there we go. Because I'm going to need that to get through the cave. Get rid of that. And I'm going to go ahead and drop this other torch. And we'll do that outside. So we have to be careful getting over there because the wolves that I killed over there have respawned. I heard them howling. But I do have coffee on me, so I can use the coffee to make up for the early start. Because I really do want to head for the Hush River Valley today. Slip up here, taking the high ground when I can. Make it a little bit harder for the wolves. Trying to concentrate on listening. I believe we made it through this part pretty good. I don't expect one to come over the hill there. And it wouldn't be the first time that I was wrong. Okay, deer down there, that's a good sign. Two wolves is not a good sign. One of them appears to be... And you know, this is what I've probably done. Dropped my lantern so that I could aim and did not pick it up. 3 wolves. There's one over by that log pile. There's a wolf up there. Got this one here. And that one over there. 1, 2, and I just saw his eyes flash. 3. All of them where I need to go. So that one is not going to walk this way. And I do believe I will give them something to chase other than me. Yes, both of you. Run. Run, 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 run. Long way. That one's going the right way. Well, they don't seem interested. He's just going to run over me. That one has settled down a bit. Pistol back out. Get down. After the deer, boys. So one is following the deer. This one over here is not. Neither is that one. He might be after that deer over that way. He is. So that occupies 2 of them. Which leaves 1 for me. Yep, keep coming. I've got a bunch of your buddies. Alrighty. So let's put that away, and I'm going to have to find that. Okay, I might have to go through some matches. Which means I'll have to pick up some more at the house before I leave out of here. There's Storm Lantern. Not in very good shape. My other one. There we go.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Those matches. And it's empty. Where am I at? It must have backed out of the door. Okay, let's go ahead and do another match. And I do not see my... Oh, it's a chair in my way. I do not see my lantern here. That one's empty. That one's empty. That one's searched. Yep, I did not put the lantern in there. Okay, I do have lantern fuel. So what I will do is I will go. So if it's hard for you to see, just as hard for me. Okay, so I need to make it back to the house. I will need to pick up matches and lantern fuel. And then we will head up to the trailer and head to the Hush River Valley. So that one chased the deer up there. It should still be occupied with that. I hope. But I have 2 that were over here. And I really don't want to fool with them. There's the one I killed. Should be one up that way. I believe the other one ran off that way somewhere. I did that. And I'm going straight down this way. Being very careful here, because at one point when I went looking for the first bear that I killed, I came through the, right as I'm going now, scared off wolves because I was cold and needed to get back, and kept hearing one yiping and yiping and yiping, and I was running, and when I ran out of my energy, I still heard it, and I turned around to find that it was right there. And just as I turned, he stopped yelping. Let's heard a wolf. He stopped yelping and immediately attacked me. So far, it looks pretty good. I'm going to pick up some meat.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Not that much. Fill my lantern up. And then we are ready to head out to the Hush River Valley. So while I take care of this, fill my lantern up, get a couple of matches. I see that the time is just over the hour mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. And in the next video, we will be heading out the door, heading for the Hushed River Valley. So I hope you join me then. If you have comments that will help me become better at this, I would appreciate them. If you liked it, hit a like. If you didn't, hit a dislike. And we will go to the Hush River Valley in the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.